Thanks everybody for joining us at DouglasCountyDigest.com for tonight's game between the home team, the Cerro Gordo Bement Broncos, and the visiting VillaGrove Blue Devils. It is homecoming for the third week in a row for us here. It is Bement and Cerro Gordo's homecoming, and VillaGrove is visiting. My name is Luke Johnson, and this is Mark Davis. He will be sitting in with me tonight. And Mark, what does it look like we have here? What do these two teams look? We saw VillaGrove last week, and they looked really good. What do we know about these two?
From what I'm hearing, Cerro Gordo has a really good run game this year, and VillaGrove has a nice pass game. So we'll see what they do here today.
And last week, VillaGrove took out Arcola at their homecoming game, and they did it impressively. They definitely whittled down Arcola, had a couple turnovers in the beginning, but settled in and dominated the rest of the game. So we'll see how Cerro Gordo can handle VillaGrove's option pass. And Cerro Gordo has been dominating so far this season on the run, on the line. They had an impressive win over Arthur Lovington with almost 400 yards in rushing for the game. And a couple of the stars that we saw last week from VillaGrove were Noah Palmer, a wide receiver, and John Henderson, number 6, the quarterback, both with impressive outings. And for Cerro Gordo, their quarterback running back duo are Cole Blickensdorfer and Steve Isbell. Steve Isbell is number 6 in the blue and orange, and Cole is number 14. And those two have been quite the combo this season.
It'll be interesting to see where VillaGrove goes with the run game. They more or less split carries yesterday, or the last time we saw them, between Terrion Price and Austin Hubbard. So we'll see who they start out with today.
And again, they beat Arcola last week for their homecoming game, and they've had a really good season up to this point. Only one loss. And Cerro Gordo, these two teams are at the top of their conference right now, and both are looking rather well. And this is kind of a look forward to game, a grudge match between these two. So this will definitely be an exciting ball game. And we're about ready here to start. Getting ready for the kickoff. And it looks like, I think VillaGrove will kick.
Who would you say the favorite is here today, Luke?
I would go with Cerro Gordo in the opening. After watching VillaGrove last week, if VillaGrove can stay solid, VillaGrove can definitely come in here, I think, and pull an upset. But I would go with Cerro Gordo at this point in time to dominate on the ground. And they grind it out really well for all 4 quarters. They just beat on you and beat on you, and if they gain an edge, they take so long and keep your offense off the field by running the ball continuously. And here's VillaGrove's opening kickoff as they fake it. And there is a straight line drive.
Ball, get there.
On the opening kickoff, there is a fumble, and VillaGrove recovers. So VillaGrove starts off, opening kickoff, creates a turnover immediately, and they will take over around the 40-yard line of Cerro Gordo, going into the win. So right away, my pick is not doing so well.
That's a great play to start off the game for VillaGrove to get their entire team fired up. We'll see if they use it here in the offense.
And that's a really good thing when you're on the road to come out with an opening turnover. And Henderson back, fakes a handoff, keeps himself, goes up the middle for around a 6 or 7 yard gain.
What do you got, Chad? Sorry, I was on red. I couldn't hear you.
So it looks like VillaGrove will start off with the ball and get it in the second half today. It's a good way to play football.
An excellent start as VillaGrove is in a 4 wide receiver set. Running back behind Mr. Henderson, number 6, in the pistol. Fakes the handoff again, keeps it himself, gets a little room, and runs for the first down. Excellent start to their opening drive here with John Henderson, 2 rushes for a first down, and about 15 yards total.
Saw Max Daly in the backfield on that play. He worked in the game late on Friday last week, so we'll see if they utilize him this week as well.
And in the pistol again, a handoff to the far side. Good blocking out in front. Doesn't get very far though. Number 32, Austin Hubbard, with a couple of yards there, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Brought down by number 6.
And good pursuit by the Cerro Gordo defense onto to our side of the field. VillaGrove with 4 wideouts, 2 to the far side, 2 to our side. Henderson awaits the play call. And the pistol now with Max Daly in the backfield. Rolls to his left, passes out in the flats. Oh, and he had a lot of room. Number 32, Hubbard, was wide open in the flats, had a lot of room to go between himself and the end zone. I think maybe 2 Cerro Gordo defenders, both with their backs to him. Unfortunate that he dropped him. And Henderson in the pistol again with Daly in the backfield. Fakes the handoff again, and Henderson will go nowhere. Stopped the line, possibly a loss of 1. Excellent job by the defense for Cerro Gordo, standing him up, not letting him get his feet going.
We've seen Henderson run the ball a lot on this drive, which is not exactly what he did last week, but until towards the end of the game. He threw a lot last week, but we're seeing him run here.
And again, VillaGrove runs a no-huddle offense, so they don't huddle up. They get a signaled play call from the sideline. And in the pistol with the man in motion. And there'll be I believe, a false start penalty here. And that'll be a penalty on VillaGrove and set them back 5 yards.
Move it back 5.
So it'll be 4th and 12 here for VillaGrove. Same formation as before. And you have seen 1 pass here so far from VillaGrove, a drop pass in the flats. And Henderson in the pistol again, which is just a couple yards back, not a total shotgun formation, which is 5 or 6 yards in the backfield. And a deep pass here from Henderson. Oh, and he threw a jump ball to number 4, his favorite receiver, Noah Palmer. And it'll be a turnover on downs as Cerro Gordo will take over. So Mark, VillaGrove gets the turnover on the opening kickoff. Can't drop pass here or there, and can't get anything out of their first opening drive.
That was a great pass broken up by Steve Isbell, number 6. He's a senior for the Broncos. So we got the Cerro Gordo offense out on this drive. Looks like number 14, Blickensturfer at quarterback.
And they hand it off to number 44, which is, let me see here real quick. Number 44 is D. Wood. A big running back. He's 6'1", 225 pounds, so he is a train coming through that offensive line. And a good tackle, and there is a penalty on VillaGrove. Did you catch that, Mark? Did you catch what that penalty was?
I did not.
Is it a face mask?
We see the Broncos coming out with a fullback in the backfield, which isn't something you see in football too much anymore. So he looks like he's going to be a great blocker, and he had a pretty good run on that play.
And the handoff is to Isbell, who gets tackled around the 34-yard line. An excellent run for Cerro Gordo. And like we said at the beginning of the game, their ground game is exceptional. They have great blocking up front from their offensive line. They have a very large fullback in the backfield who is also very good at blocking.
Steve Isbell is not a very big man at 5'10", 180, but he is speedy and he can get through the holes very quickly.
And a handoff again to number 44, D. Wood, and he gains maybe a yard. Good tackling by the front 4 of VillaGrove. And it's going to be tough for VillaGrove's front 4 to hang with the offensive line of Cerro Gordo. They are very physical. And number 14, Cole Blickensdorfer.
Second down and 8.
2 wideouts. And a handoff again to number 6, Isbell. Gets upfield and pushed out of bounds
Handoff is to Isbell.
by looked like number 6, Henderson, the quarterback for VillaGrove.
25, Skyler Orwick.
You see with the Broncos, they have a big weapon in the backfield and also a speedy weapon in the backfield. So we'll see if they go more inside or outside runs during this game. That'll be an interesting little stat to watch.
Watch the ball.
And they huddle and spread 2 wideouts out, one to the far side of the field, one to our side of the field. Tight end on our side, and he fakes the handoff, rolls out the throw to the flats to number 15, and he is in the end zone. Pass from Blickensdorf to Ethan Morton, number 16. And Sarah Gordo gets on the board first. Excellent pass play, good fake. All runs up until that pass, and that pass gets Sarah Gordo into the end zone to score on homecoming. Were you expecting a pass there, Mark?
I was not, but seeing the way that they run the ball, you got to expect some passes thrown in there just to mix it up a little bit. That's a good little drive there for Blickensdorf for only 1 pass, but he completed that for a touchdown. Henderson went 0 for 1 on that first drive there, so we'll see 1 pass attempt by each quarterback so far.
And VillaGrove was very close to scoring on their opening drive. They had a pass that was dropped in the flats. Their running back out of the backfield had an open field, and a couple mental errors for VillaGrove, but only down 7 with 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go. And when we talk about the flats, or the flats are just the line of scrimmage extended from sideline to sideline. When they throw a pass that's close to that line out into no man's land, they call it the flats. And the pistol set, the pistol formation is just a few yards back. It's still a shotgun snap, but it's just close enough so the center doesn't have to throw it back as far. And the kickoff for Sarah Gordo. Good kick. Fielded by number 32 for VillaGrove. Hubbard is the return man, and he is up to the 25. So VillaGrove will have their second set of downs to try and even up the score.
Holding on the kicking team, on the return team.
And a penalty on VillaGrove again, holding. So that will start them a little bit farther back than they would like, I'm sure. And it's a beautiful night here. It's probably about 75 degrees. A nice little breeze coming in from southwest. And VillaGrove is in their mission, man in motion. Anderson hands off up the middle. A good run by Daly, but I think somebody's moving early for VillaGrove. Illegal motion.
We're seeing a front 4 from Cerro Gordo tonight on defense. We'll see if they stay in that.
Illegal shift on the offense.
And they call an illegal shift on VillaGrove. And that'll set them back even farther. So VillaGrove will start first and a long way with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. I didn't catch the illegal shift there. I thought it all looked pretty clean from up here.
First and 15 for VillaGrove.
We're seeing Daly in the backfield and Price, Hubbard, and
passes to the far side. And it was caught by Noah Palmer, but he bobbled it. They did say he caught it. And as he was turning upfield, the ball came loose and Cerro Gordo recovers.
And recovered by number 58, Ben Peters for the
So
Broncos.
Cerro Gordo
Touchdown.
forces a turnover here, and they will have their second possession of the game, as their first one resulted in a touchdown pass from Blickensdorfer.
Went us wide to the top.
We
And
saw
they-
two of their main running backs there
Fullback.
out at wide receiver on that play.
And a handoff up the middle is snuffed out by number 53 for VillaGrove, Tanner Bergner. Excellent tackle up front on the big man from Cerro Gordo.
That was fullback D Woods on the carry.
And Cerro Gordo traditionally sticking with the run game. They had that one pass on their first possession. And Cole Blickensdorfer is
Wham.
under center.
Pass.
And he's passing again. Floats it to the end zone. And
Off the
there-
helmet of one of the players there.
There was a flag on the play.
Gotta wait till the ball's there.
And we couldn't see from this angle. I believe it's going to be passing interference. And it is.
Pass interference on the defense.
And so Cerro Gordo gets another break here as they attempted their second pass of the game. And another penalty for VillaGrove. VillaGrove has started off with a lot of penalties so far after the turnover they created.
Tailback.
We saw the backup quarterback, Tyler Price, come out for John Henderson for the defense on the Blue Devils.
And that was a handoff to Isbell around the left side. Gained a few yards. It'll be second
Gain of about one, that'll make it
Second and 9. So 2nd and 9 for Cerro Gordo as they get the play from the sideline. And they split two guys out. The tight end on our side of the field, under center again. And that is probably going to be a false start penalty on Cerro Gordo.
Side there.
False start on the offense.
We
So
see the tight end and a fullback for the Broncos today, which is not something you see from a lot of football teams.
A lot of teams are now splitting guys out, getting the 4 wide out look, 3 wide out look, a couple of running backs or a fullback in the backfield. But yeah, you're right, Mark. We don't see a lot of tight ends anymore. Cerro Gordo is, like we've mentioned, a very grinded out, run team. But they've surprised us here with a couple of passes, some pass attempts early. Blickensdorfer under center fakes the handoff, and he goes into the end zone, and it's caught.
Touchdown, number 15, Josh Hayes.
And that was by number 15, Josh Hayes. So Blickendorf, 2 passes to the end zone on both drives for touchdowns. One to number 15, Josh Hayes, one to number 16, Ethan Morton. So Cerro Gordo will take a 2-score lead here with just under 6 minutes to go. In for the extra point, Cerro Gordo, looks like is number 22,
And the extra point tried by Ben.
Jensen Bailey.
With 5:50 left to go in the first quarter.
So Cerro Gordo looks pretty impressive so far. VillaGrove's killed themselves on a couple of penalties and a turnover. Cerro Gordo was lucky their first drive out, or on the opening kickoff, to survive their turnover.
We haven't seen a lot of passes for Blickensdorfer, but he's been efficient with them. He's gone 2 for 3 and 2 touchdowns.
And I think maybe that run game is kind of softening up VillaGrove a little bit, and then they're hitting them on the home run ball to the end zone.
Seems like VillaGrove is never expecting a pass, especially when they're down in the red zone, but they always get that pass for a touchdown. That stellar run game from the Broncos.
And you can't count VillaGrove out. They can score quickly. There's no doubt about that. They ran off a few last week against Arcola. So, I mean, it's only 14 points, and it's still in the first quarter. So It's a long way from over, that's for sure. Fielded by number 32, Hubbard. And he will look to return, gets a little room, and gets up to the 35. So VillaGrove will start with good field position on their own 35. And Mark, I'd say they need to have a decent drive right here.
Yes, they do. Not a great showing so far from the VillaGrove defense. They've given up 2 touchdowns, both passing from the Broncos.
And VillaGrove's offense is taking the field. It is 14-0 Cerro Gordo here on homecoming night. Henderson in the backfield. And a handoff, a sweep to this side. Hubbard's got some blockers out in front. And he is finally taken down by number 44, Wood. Excellent run around, excellent sweep to the left side, all the way up to the 49 of Cerro Gordo. So they're on the other side of the field. Great run, good blocking up front, and by the wideouts, Noah Palmer and number 3, Terry Price.
We have number 72, Spencer Eversole, anchoring the line at center for the Blue Devils.
And Henderson keeps the ball. And I think one of our players took out the official there who's in the area helping him up.
Blocking's going to be a key for both teams today, as both are looking to run the ball heavily.
And VillaGrove on their 3rd possession here. Henderson has trips out to the left. Terry Price in motion. Fakes a handoff, rolls to his right. Passes out to Price. Good pass, good catch. That'll be a first down for VillaGrove. So VillaGrove with a little momentum here, starting to move the ball a little. And they definitely need this as they are down 14-0.
They've had 2 really nice returns on kickoffs from Austin Hubbard, which has given them a lot of momentum.
And Max Daly is the running back there. Gains about 6 yards up the middle. And Cerro Gordo seems to be a little tired up front now on the defensive line. As we have a substitution for Cerro Gordo late. VillaGrove in their pistol. 4 wideouts. Max Daly in the backfield behind John Henderson. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself for a gain of 2. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for VillaGrove.
Looks like the Broncos didn't see that fake there. He saw Max Daly on the ground. He got tackled by 2 or 3 players from the Broncos after that fake handoff there and a run from Henderson.
So VillaGrove is definitely putting in a good mix of passive run here. And it looks like they are starting to wear out Cerro Gordo a little. Henderson on the keeper, struggling. And he will get the first down. So a good keeper by John Henderson to get the first down. He had a little extra effort there at the end of the play to get across the first down marker. Again in the pistol with Max Daly to his left. Terry Price in motion, they hand it to him. Daly blocking, a good block by Daly. And Terry Price with an excellent run to the left side for a gain of around 8 or 9. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for VillaGrove.
Looked like Price made a good move out in the flats. He made a nice cut back towards the line and got a few more yards there.
And a handoff to Daly up the middle. And he will get the first down. So VillaGrove driving here using a multitude of different plays. Runs up the middle, runs to the outside. They've had a pass here and there. And with almost 3.5 minutes to go, they are threatening to score here on the 20-yard line. And the pistol again, high snap. And Henderson pitches. Terran Price will be tackled for
Brought down by number 68,
a 1-yard loss.
Klein.
So it'll be 2nd and goal here for VillaGrove.
See a lot of fakes on that VillaGrove offense. We've seen a fake handoff on almost every play, trying to get the Cerro Gordo defense on their toes.
And this is by far VillaGrove's best drive. And they run a sweep to the right side. He's got some blockers out in front, cuts up the sideline. Gets about half the distance between their marker and the goal. So it'll be 3rd and 5 on the 5-yard line. VillaGrove really needs to get into the end zone here to cut into this deficit. Keep it close here early on. Two backs in the backfield, Price and Daly. They hand it to Daly. And he is close. I think he's down around the 1 or 2 yard line. So it'll be 4th and goal, about a yard. VillaGrove hurries to set up in their offense. And there is a timeout by Cerro Gordo. So, Mark, what have we seen on this drive for VillaGrove? It's been a little bit different than the rest of them.
They've had a good mix on offense, some good runs, some good passes, and a lot of fakes to keep the Broncos defense on their toes. It'll be interesting to see what they do on this 4th and 1. If they, I doubt they'll kick a field goal here. Maybe they'll pass or run. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I don't see a field goal happening here with a 14-0 deficit to a grinded-out team, but I think VillaGrove's giving Cerro Gordo a taste of their own medicine. Definitely a long drive here for VillaGrove, taking out a lot of the first quarter clock, keeping Cerro Gordo's defense on the field as long as possible. Some of those guys look very tired. Their defensive front 4 for Cerro Gordo looked like they were winded there for a little bit. And it is 4th and goal on the 1 yard line. And I would say run up the middle, get a good push from your offensive line, move the ball forward and get in the end zone. They will have a tight end, 3 wideouts, and that'll be a false start on VillaGrove. He was definitely going out there to block, though.
That's definitely not what you want to see if you're the Blue Devils. A false start when you have a nice 4th and 1. Now they're going to probably have to go with a pass here on a 4th and 6, or break a really nice outside run, maybe pull a guard. They don't have really any room to work with on the right side.
We've got a little the pass, a screen in, Noah Palmer, and I don't think he got it.
Nope.
So he was tackled on the 1 yard line. And that's frustrating for VillaGrove. They put a good drive together. They got all the way down to the 1. And again, penalties seem to be hurting VillaGrove right now, setting them back a little bit.
It's disappointing for VillaGrove when you drive all that way and get stuck there. But you always hope that you can get a good play on defense, maybe a safety here, a tackle in the backfield.
But if you're VillaGrove, you got to look at the momentum, take the positive from that. A nice drive, good-looking drive, all the way down to the goal line. And now your defense needs to take over and put a stop to Cerro Gordo's offense right now. And it is a handoff up the middle, and it's close. They say he was just outside the goal line.
Oh. But still, if you're VillaGrove, you're not giving up a big gain here. You have another chance for a safety, and you might have driven them back. If even a half yard, you're still putting them back.
It was a great stop by VillaGrove's front 4. Linebacker coming up, in on the tackle. I got to admit, from right here, it looked like they had him behind the line. But they say that extra effort by number 44, D. Woods, got him outside of the goal line to about the half yard line. So they're still backed up.
You can see number 55 for the Blue Devils, Gavin Arnold, at more of the nose tackle position.
And there's a flag on the play.
You're in a tough position if you are the Broncos coach or offensive coordinator right now. You're thinking, do I pass, risk a safety or intentional grounding? Do I run, risk getting stuffed at the line? You don't know what to do at this point.
It is definitely difficult being stuck right on your own goal line, trying to come up with a play to get you some space against a very quick, agile VillaGrove defense that looks very pumped up to be where they're at. They're in a great spot, trying to put some points on the board, and they're in shotgun now. And the quarterback keeps it. He's got lots of room up the middle. And an excellent call by the Cerro Gordo offense as Blickensdorfer all the way out to the 35-yard line, so they unbury themselves. And I think the referee aided in that tackle.
We definitely saw him in there in the action.
VillaGrove had a chaser and brought him down. So Cerro Gordo with under a minute to go here in the first quarter, up 14-0 on homecoming. And that was something else you don't see too much from Cerro Gordo in a shotgun formation, and they're going to do it again here. Shotgun for Blickensdorfer with Wood in the backfield, big guy, and he gets around. He is down the sideline, nobody out there, and he gets pushed out of bounds down around the 32.
Flag down on the play.
And there was a flag on the field.
The offensive line for the Broncos can kind of relax now when you're backed up on your own goal line. You know, you hold in the end zone, that's a safety. You can't let a player from the Blue Devils sneak in there and get you a safety. Now they can kind of relax and play their own game out toward midfield.
And we are waiting here for the call. It was a good run by number 44, D. Woods. He had a big hole there.
That is the first breakout run we've seen from Woods today. Most of his runs have been short little 1 or 2 yarders, but that was a nice breakout, but it was called all the way back.
So it is, scoreboard is telling us it's 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9 for the Broncos.
And it looks like they will be content to run the quarter out with 5 seconds to go. And Cerro Gordo is up 14-0 over the visiting VillaGrove Blue Devils here in the first quarter. And we'll be back in a few moments to bring you the second quarter. Again, it's 14-0, Cerro Gordo over VillaGrove.